Where's the 10 mil?
About to get PG-13 here. This thing's a death trap, like one thing after another.
So it is leaking now.
There.
Hey guys, morning of day 2. Today is fix day. We've got a lot of stuff to do to these bikes. We've got to get them ready today. If they're not ready, too bad. We've got to leave anyway. Last night we were able to come up with some fix lists. We put them up on some poster boards over there, so let's go check them out.
Okay, good morning. As you can see, Chance made us a nice poster here, the night chicken. But here's what I gotta do. Carbs are first, they're the most important thing. I want this thing to run right. Gotta get those things cleaned out. We'll do a good little bench clean. Got a bent up brake pedal. Handlebars are loose. I found that out on the ride home last night. And any other important fasteners that could kill me, I wanna look at those. I've got a plan for seat cover. Blinkers are pretty flappy back there. Headlights loose. Luggage, and maybe wash this thing. So pretty simple list, but we'll see what we can get done today.
My scooter got named Big Bird, unfortunately. There's a few things I gotta work on. I got a start switch I gotta figure out. I'm gonna do a rear tire once parts arrive. Front brake is scary, tries to kill me every time I touch it, so I've gotta do something with that. It seemed that the rear wheel bearing was bad. I've gotta see if there's a fix or if I can replace it, if I have time or money. Kickstand switch. Anytime I go over anything, stand comes down and cuts the bike power. I've got to bypass that. And then maybe some body work, which means zip ties, lots of zip ties.
Next up, we got the grenade. This thing could blow up at any moment. We don't know when. First thing I want to do, my front tires. Got a big flat spot, bald and sketchy. We've got blinkers. I need to be legal. I need to go fast. I've got that 4,500 RPM rev limiter.
Let me see what it does with the clutch.
I need to delete that thing. Got a full floating headlight, exhaust clamp super loose, my shift linkage, even though it's a gear grinder, I know that. I know I'm not gonna fix that, but it's hard to shift anyway. Even bike off, everything, the linkage is kind of binding up. So need to look at that. I have a starter lockout switch. Already found out what's going on there. My neutral switch, that little plug, it's been popping off. So tighten that up and thinking if I get all this done, should be good to go.
It is definitely bent. My front axle.
This is what you want to see. You want to make sure you get lapping compound sucked through. Make sure the valves are set.
Are you gonna lap those now? What do you think about these brakes, Chance?
I don't know if they have 500 miles left in them. I'm worried. I can't find any. So, I gotta run them.
Charles, what's the secret?
They pull the motor, you leave those in the air boot, and then once the motor's out, you can
Yeah.
start.
Well, they're moving a little. I don't think these carbs have ever been out of this motorcycle. I thought 4 carbs wouldn't be the worst thing, but it is. It is the worst thing. How I'm gonna get these reconnected, I have zero idea. It was absolutely crazy that we were able to get the bike running in that guy's driveway. It's been sitting for years. Charles did the old Italian super tune on it. It wasn't quite enough to clear all the ports out. I'm pretty sure the pilot circuit is clogged on at least one of these carburetors. I'm gonna just be as careful as I can be because we don't have replacement parts. So I'm just gonna pull the bowls off, pull the jets out, and try and get them cleared out.
the issue, I think. This does not have the little brake pad retainer clip that holds these in tight and allow it to pinch smoothly. So that's a little scary. And without it, I don't know if I can make one. I'm gonna have to try and make one of those clips because this is what happens without it. My brake pads fall out.
Looking at the Bible for this bike here, I have a ton of easy stuff I can get done, like my tire. I know I need to service that air filter. I got my battery charging. So my starter lockout switch, it's just not extending all the way. So I think if I get some kind of silicone spray up in there, it might free that up. But one of the main issues with this, I think I have something going on with my speed sensor. I don't know yet, but I think that has something to do with the bike cutting spark. Something's not reading right. I don't know. Gonna do some tests and then this whole situation. So I looked down in there, my head stay, there's not even bolts. The only thing holding this on is A, the wiring, and B, these intake tubes for this ram air system. And those hose clamps, they popped out last night. So a bunch of wires holding this together.
I took a backing plate off one of the pads and I fabbed up a little retainer. It ain't pretty, but it might work. Oh, that actually goes in so much nicer.
Charlie showed me this trick. Take the end of an old throttle or clutch cable and you can separate out the little individual lines in here and use them to help you clean jets. So we're using that on the pilot jets right now. And there was definitely some cheese in there. All clear. Toy.
Oh, hey, Denise.
Is that your bearing?
I just took the muffler off and I noticed something. This was quite loose, the rear axle. So, when it's tight, she's solid.
Dude.
That's an easy fix. Done. Oh yeah.
That's fast, dude.
Dude. I got my parts, and it looks like Attack Graphics sent us some goodies. You got your parts? Parts. Love it. That is the cutest little tire I've ever seen. Nice little knobby rear tire, air filter, and belt. Should be good.
Break that bead.
Pop that bead.
There you go, break that bead, dog.
Yeah. Oops.
Hey everyone, Charles here with Rocky Mountain.
Quick tip.
You ever get done with a project and you've got some extra bolts laying around, you don't know where they go? Instead of chucking them over your shoulder, you save them, and that way when you're running across a bike like this, you can put them on. Smart. Big brain. All right, that was all.
Are these all the bolts that you forgot to put back on your bike?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think this is Chancellor's collection.
Where's the 10 mil freaking small ratchet? 10 mil? Yeah.
No, I'm using them.
I'm using it right here. Apparently, it takes 4 people to put 4 carburetors back on the bike, but we've only got 3.
Oh yeah. Don't scratch the spray paint, guys.
You know what worked really well too? The lost count.
Here it goes.
R.I.P. man, sorry dude. That's the times.
Should get those a little more flat.
All right, 2 down. Mark them off. Boom!
Finish my start switch and rear tire. So all I have left is my stand switch and body work, question mark. I don't even know if that's gonna work.
It's a moment of truth. So one of the reasons I pulled these carbs off was to fix a leak that the owner had pointed out when we were first looking at this bike. And apparently all the work that I just did didn't fix that. So the carbs have got to come back off.
Not starting. Works. Kickstand down.
Oh!
Still runs. Best thing about this bike now. Look at that.
Quads suck.
So the more I look at this bike, the more I realize it was pieced together just enough to get gone. It kind of runs. There's loose bolts, loose clamps, missing pieces everywhere. First thing I saw when I took this bowl off is float's not even in there, which is surprising that it wasn't flown over, but I mean, just simple stuff like that. Loose things everywhere. I better go through with a fine-tooth comb and make sure all my critical fasteners are tight.
Okay, a moment of freaking truth. All right guys, so I've removed all 4 carburetors twice and I'm over this bike already, and we're burned almost a whole day, or half a day at least. So it's a moment of truth. We're gonna see if it's leaking as bad as it was. After all that work, it turns out it was just that stupid supply line coming from the petcock down to the carbs. So always closely inspect your fuel lines, people. No leaks so far. Hey Chance,
Yeah.
No wing, no prayer. Am I right?
Right. Have you seen my flip-flops?
Yeah, they're right over by the door.
Sick. Better. Still horrible.
Riggedy rig. Alright guys, this is where it pays to buy a bike from somebody that's had it for a long time, because guess what? They probably have a bunch of parts to go with it. So I have spare tanks, I got fenders, I got all this stuff.
This mirror.
I have a new bulb for my headlight, that mirror,
This mirror. I stole it.
and I have a new saddle skin seat cover that they never installed. So I'm gonna go ahead and tackle the seat next.
I was about to put my carburetors back in, and I just touched these and they were super loose. These weren't pressed on all the way, so I pressed that one down, that one down. This one's loose, not even on there. So there you go. Clipped on, going all the way through, making sure they're on.
That was your only issue. That was the only problem the whole life.
This whole time, the only problem.
Hey, where the heck is Chance?
I don't know, I thought he went to go get us some sodas or something.
This front tire on the scooter's pretty cracked. It's got a bad bounce, it's old, it's dry rotted and cracked, and I'm expecting flats. I'm gonna hopefully try and balance it out or prevent any simple flats on this tire by using this. This is a new Tusk wheel balancer and sealant. I do head the sourcing group at Rocky Mountain, and this is kind of some sample stuff we're testing. So far it's been great. It does use aramid fibers to help plug holes. I'm hoping this solves my bad wheel hop and hopefully prevent flats. Now that it's in there, we just gotta air it up, take it for a ride, it'll self-balance and plug up any small punctures we get on the trail.
All right, that's probably good enough. Is that clean enough for you though?
Yeah.
Normal amount.
Whatever Wes wants on there, put a normal amount.
What does that mean? We'll get them all oiled up, work this through the filter. Oh yeah.
You can go 175.
Disgusting. That looks pretty nice, Chance.
All right, this is the moment of truth. Been waiting 12 hours for this, and it's either gonna go fast or it was all for naught. Whatever that means. Woo. It was all for naught. I hate my life.
scared. So I didn't even want to shift out a third. It goes way too fast for me, but I had to make sure the gears worked. And right off the bottom, I did richen it up just a little bit, but then I plugged all the holes off and vacuum leaks, and now it's too rich. So good enough. All right, guys, just wrapping up day 2. It's late at night. This was another jam-packed day. We started out bright and early. We even microwaved our breakfast so we could get in here right away. And I think we had more work than we anticipated on. Kudos to Chance. He did a great job getting his scooter done. Man, he even thought about the knobby tire on the back. That was pretty cool. Wes, man, he was in those carbs multiple times. I don't know what was going on there, but he got it fired up and running good. And man, this bike right here, the Grenade, I was very nervous about it last night. I can't believe how bad this ran. Even worse than after the test drive coming home. Everything was sketchy. I started digging in more and finding more problems, things that were never tightened down or connected or whatever. Tons of vacuum leaks. Got all that buttoned up and put back together and went and rode it. And it's night and day. I have the fastest bike now. Chance's bike, his scooter, would have stomped all over this thing the other night, and hey, now we're good to go. So I had to go get a celebratory ice cold soda pop. Stoked on how everything turned out. There's more I could do. I could get it running even better, but we're out of time. So good enough. We're going on our adventure, and we're gonna be putting our gear on in the morning and then heading over to Supercross.
It looks like Attack Graphics sent us a little goodie box. Oh, dude. Dude, look at that. Is that a grandma in there?
It's awesome, man.
It should have been yellow.
Grip and grip it.
Rusty but trusty.
That thing's sweet.
Oh, yeah. What else did we get?
Hey, sweet. We got Rocky stickers. Let's see what we got here. Ooh.
These are going on bumpers across the nation.
Oh, you know it.
Oh, nice. This is
Dude.
rad.
There we go.
Yeah, that's freaking rad.
Thanks, Attack Graphics.
Heck yeah.
So the last thing on my to-do list is body work. I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I could have done the normal boring zip ties. I did find some sick Band-Aids to put on here. I've got some stickers holding this bike together, and it is actually much more solid than it used to be. This was flapping. This is awesome. Zip ties require holes. These, topical. I know from past experience that metal bends while on these trails, so I found some scrap metal. I'm gonna zip tie it to Charles's bike in case we might have to do some trailside repairs in the mountains.
What else did you put in here? A little bit more metal?
I have spare metal, washers, just little chunks of metal, just in case.
Nice. Dude, it's like it was
Dude,
made for that.
that thing is perfect. If it does leak, not a problem. It's on Charles's bike.
Hey, let's go to Supercross.
Let's do it.
I was looking over the title closer, and turns out this was sold by the insurance company to someone. It was a salvage, and and sold at an auction.
Well, now we know what happened to your front end.
Figuring that thing out, Charlie?
Oh yeah. Oh, HP, man. High performance.
Charles, that's legit crotch rocket right there, dude.
Whoa.
Oh my.
That got wild real quick. That cruise control is dangerous.
He's definitely one to watch. Anything, do dumb.
One on the side.
All right, we're just wrapping up Supercross Day. We had an awesome time out here. It was fun hanging out with all the fans in Fan Fest. Just saw Chase Sexton take the overall, and man, we're having a good time. But maybe we shouldn't have been so leisurely today. I'm kind of nervous. My bike is a little subpar, but we've got our journey. We're gonna start tomorrow. It's too late tonight. We've got our luggage figured out, and we are ready to go. So,
tomorrow, let's go.
See you tomorrow.